Hey, composing gloves here, and today we're going to be talking about, how'd you figure it out? We're going to be talking about accidentals. So we have all these black keys. What is the deal with these black keys? Now, as I talked about in the pitch video I didn't really talk about it. I just pointed out that this is a thing. We're going to learn that these black keys are the same note as we're about to figure out. But in reality, you can have it where they're not technically the same note. We're just going to throw this off to the side as junk right now. Not junk, just like an antique that you're never going to use until you decide to build that antique machine thing later. Or maybe that's not the best one. You have a tool that is for a very specific task and you just don't need it right now. Like a, I don't know, one of those drop a tool down there for that. Give me a better analogy than this. But okay, so here we go. We're at an E, and because you've memorized all the white keys, right? So you're like, oh, you can look at this and be like, oh, that's an A. Bang, like that. And you're like, you come over here and you do that, and we push it a couple random times. You're like, that's a B. Like, I just know this now, Mr. Gloves, because I've practiced. So I'm going to work a treble clef because I'm guarantee you I'm going to somehow screw myself up if I don't. So we see these things popping up. If we push them up, we get these the hashtag F, man. And if we go down, we get these flats, like it's a B, a BG, the BGs. Oh, didn't plan that. So, okay. What's the deal with these things? Well, it's a little weird. When we get into scales, it'll make more sense. But when we go up and down, we look at them. So what we're doing is we're going from, like, let's say we start on C and we go up to this note. You notice we put a sharp sign, but if we go from, let's say we start on G and then we go down. Oh, it still goes to F sharp. Will it do that for E? E. That's really kind of strange. This should be a G flat. Oh, it's because we're working in C. That's why. Even then, it shouldn't matter. Okay, so anyways, we noticed that when we're going up, we should have sharps, and when we're going down, we should have flats. This is a thing that musicians are used to. This is a thing. This is just a way. It's a convention. It's done this way. Don't do it some other way. Now, there are weird cases where you won't because of the way the scales work. There'll be weird cases where it's largely dictated by your scale, by the key you're working in. Unless you're doing atonal stuff, then it could get all over the map. It gets really weird. But we're not even probably going to approach that at all in this. So, okay, so we know that when we go up to these black keys, this is a sharp. But if we come down, this is now a flat. These are called inharmonics. An inharmonic, or inharmonic spelling, is when one pitch has two names. And we use these two names because it gives us a way to think about the way we're moving in the scale. And it's very intuitive. It makes a lot of sense. It's another thing you're just going to have to memorize these though. It's really simple though. Once you've memorized the white keys, if you go from C and you go up, this is a C sharp. From D up, D sharp. Now you'll notice that here there's no black key, so there's no sharp or flat. If we go up, we have, now this is called a sharp sign. So here we have a C. Let's put a C in. C, go up, C sharp, D, D sharp. Then we have E and F. E and F there's no black key here, so there's no sharp, as you can see. Then we go G sharp, or F sharp, and then we get G, G sharp, la, 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 la. Now if we go down, we get flats. Ooh, fancy, right? So if we go from like C down to B, and then from B down, that's a B flat, because if we started at B and we went flat. Or if we were at an A and we moved up, we'd get an A sharp. So it's very intuitive. So B flat, A flat, G, G flat. Now it gives us the G flat. I don't know. I must have done something weird and just didn't realize it. Maybe I was starting on a G. I don't know why it gave me an F sharp. Should have given me a G flat. Now it gives me a G flat. I don't know what the deal is. Now it's doing it though. So maybe I was looking at the wrong note. Anyways, those are sharps and flats. That's what these are. Now, there are going to be weird cases, though. Unusual cases. Where you will have double flats and double sharps. You might be saying, why on earth would anyone do this? I mean, like, even in some time I spent in college, I was like, why? There are reasons for scales. You'll find them. You will. You won't need them very often. If you're writing popular music, you hopefully won't like ever need them. Actually, not hopefully, because they are useful. It's just it's like maybe not the easiest way to think about things, but when you're moving into scale, it makes sense. So you'll find out. There are like logical reasons why they're this way. But occasionally you'll get things like a double flat. What's an F double flat? Well, if we go down F, we flat, so we go down and we go down. And we're technically playing an E flat. So it's an E and we go down, it's E flat. Now it's an F double flat. Why would you do this? Well, sometimes your note has to be an F on the staff. So this is an F no matter what. And so you need that tone to be E flat though, even though it's technically F double flat. And so at times you're going to need it to be at a particular point on the staff for rules and all sorts of just weird reasons you'll get to later, that you're going to need something like this. So it basically means go down a half step, another half step, go down one key and then another key, but you're still playing an F. It's just an F double flat, which is this. So it's weird. Now, if we go double sharp, which is this pound symbol looking thing. So let's put down a C. And now we know that this is C sharp, so naturally D natural. Well, these are all, by the way, these are naturals. They look like this. This is the symbol for natural. That's it. So occasionally you'll want things that are sharp or flat to be natural again. And so you use that symbol. And then if you want them to be double sharp, that's the sign. What did we just do? We took a C, we raised it a half step and another half step. And now it's a D. I have seen double sharps. I see double sharps more than double flats. But again, the reason why you'd want this is you need a note that is a C. Like the position on the staff plays a role in this. And so you put a double sharp there to get that tone, because maybe it doesn't exist in the scale. You'll come across these in different minor scales and stuff, and some weird modal crap that you could get into if you're not really in modes, unless you're moving in like a... Anyways. You'll see these symbols in minor scales and various situations. You probably won't need to call upon them that often. As a composer, a lot of times people write them wrong and they go back and they fix them for the technical reasons. At least that's what I was seeing. Maybe in the professional community is different, but everyone is just used to seeing a G and then just reading a G. But if you're really, really, really good with your scales, which the professionals are, then it may be helpful to just give them a double sharp, double flat, because they'll read it. Not may, it will be, because they'll see it and they'll be like, oh, that's this. Like that. Amateurs can't do that. As you see, I didn't get that into that. On the piano, I see this all the time though. Because, yeah. Piano, they have all those, that you're playing the entire chord, so you're going to see everything. So it sounded a little dirty. If you have any questions, let me know. Memorize this. That's really just what's going to do you good, is if you just memorize. So you play G, find a G double flat, find a G sharp, find a C double sharp, find those types of notes. And that's that. Have a blessed day.
Orange.